Hello, Antoinette here, welcome back to my channel. So I have two new decks and they came from different places. This one, the Elemental Tarot, was gifted to me by my sister-in-law, and I'm really pleased because she had it gifted to her and she didn't get on with it, so she asked did I want to have a look at it. Didn't even hesitate, because as soon as I saw the artwork I was like, oh yes, please, I'd love to play with that. It's very different to anything I own. So I thought. When I got the deck home, I realised it's by Caroline Smith, and I happen to have the Oracle of the Radiant Sun by Caroline Smith and John Astrop on my shelf, waiting for me to pull out and learn to use and work with, because I thought it was a tarot deck called the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and it's not, it's an oracle. It says it quite clearly on the box. It's not a tarot, it's an oracle. So it's quite in-depth, this one, so it does need a bit of time, but it's a beautiful deck. So I'll take that out of the picture. This is the first edition, I do believe, 1988. From what I can see, the box is exceptionally beaten up. So I've already taken it out, as you can see here. It's got a few rips. Plastic tray is totally damaged. In fact, I might have to throw it away, to be honest. And the tuck box that the deck, I think, might have come in, has gone. It's not with this deck. So we have the Elemental Tarot. And what a gift to receive. I don't know where she got it from. Probably my dad picked it up somewhere. We have the Elemental Tarot. So this is by Caroline Smith and John Astrop. Comes in a nice little hardback book, which reminds me of the old Ladybird books, for those who are from the UK and old enough. It's obviously been a gift to somebody at some point. And in here, it is, as we said, it works on elements, not suits, as we call them. So we have fire, earth, air, water, spirit, and you can tell by the symbols as to what element you're working with. We have the major arcana, and it tells us about them there. So there's a little bit of write-up on each of the majors, and it does tell us planetary associations. So for the Fool, this one's telling us Uranus and Neptune, idealism and inspiration. So it gives us keywords to the planets. And they do also have like little affirmations on them. So the Fool has written on it, I am the unlearned and they can learn from me. And then that goes through for all of our majors. I don't know, I think some of the names may be different, so we'll find that out as we go through. For 21 we have an Aeon instead of the world. Then we have our minor arcanas. I'm just reading here. Just popped out. It's talking about ones. One of fire, one of earth, one of air, one of water. Equals. So fire, creativity, is a creative beginning. Earth is material things, so it's a material beginning. Air is thought or ideas beginning. Water is emotion, so an emotional beginning. So the actual element on card 1 is the beginning of that element, if that makes sense. Then it tells us about the elements there, the meaning of the families, and we have the meaning of the numbers. So 1 being the start of birthing something, 2 comes together, new factors, 3 to combine successfully, 4 previous good results and making secure foundations, 5 is about security and complacency, 6 is challenges, 7 needing to do something new to avoid stagnation, 8 is establishment, 9 contentment, and 10 is completion or perfection. And then we have the court cards. Now the court cards are called daughters. So daughters for pages, I do believe. Sons are knights, mothers are queens, fathers are kings. And the daughters element is water. So they are water element and whatever their element of the card is. So daughter of fire is fire plus water, therefore creative, emotional. Daughter of earth is earth plus the water, practical and emotional. Daughter of air is air plus water, intellectual, emotional. And then we have daughter of water, water plus water, emotional, emotional. And it goes through like that. We have our astrological meanings here, so I will need to keep those out to have a look at. And then on our minors, we have God's names on the minors, and they are on the bottoms here. So if there's a God's name, it's going to be on the bottom. And we have, so I'm not sure what this is. Is this card number 8? Looks like this is 8 of earth. So we have our astrological symbols. the elemental name, so we're calling it mountain, the number symbols here, the god or goddess, if it's there, written here, the elemental symbol, and Egyptian symbols on this side if they're needed. Yeah, I think. One of fire is Tianmu, Chinese goddess of lightning. Okay, so that's going to work. Yep, I understand that. And then right at the back we have some spreads. So we have sample Celtic Cross, and you can see whoever owned this book spent a lot of time with this one because of all the yellowing and grease prints. We have sample readings. We also have the elemental spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. We have the astrological spread, which is one that I have been taught many years ago. I did plan on using it actually, and I just never got around to doing so. And then we have a key to the major arcana. So here we have card names. So 0 is the full keyword to your potential. Planetary pairs are Uranus and Neptune. So it's shorthand for all of that here. What else do we have? Keys to the minor arcana. This is where I found it interesting. So I'm doing the Decan walk, and I've got the 2 of wands. So here we are on fire. 2 is flame. It is magnetism opposition, but it's saying the planetary pairs are Venus and Mars. Whereas my Decan walk wheel says it is, and so does Suzanne Chang's book, says it's the Emperor and Tower. So we have Aries and Mars. That's my planetary and astrological associations. Maybe that's different to planetary pairs. I don't know. So anyway, that's just interesting. And then we have the Egyptian symbols here, so we can find out what the symbols mean. There we go. So here are the cards. They are different size to a normal tarot deck. They are well loved and worn. Here we have the backs, and this is what I call the Top Gun logo for me. Probably because I'm wearing the jumper at the moment, and that's what it reminds me of, my jumper. I'll bring you down. Let's take a look at their deck. So I'm just going to try and keep this one somewhere so we can see the symbols without all the text, for those that want to take a closer look at them. So here we have our Fool, as I said, potential. There's our symbol for spirit. Here's our Neptune and Uranus, or Uranus symbols. There's our number, and here we have that affirmation, I am the unlearned and they can learn from me. So this one I read up on. This is like my version of the tree of life, so it's a tree of possibilities. So we have all the untapped elements and colours and future in there. With the word potential here, we are on an island and we're looking to expand and go off and explore and become more than what we are. So here we have our magician, and the magician is being called straight out the trickster, so that's no news to many of us. I think quite a few of us will have heard of the magician being called the trickster. And so we have that one. Then we have our Virgin, which is would be our High Priestess. Here we have the Empress, the Mother. Our Emperor is being called the Father. So Mother and Father, I know that some of you like to see those two together. Here we have our Hierophant, which is the Pope, and he is belief. Lovers is choice. Victory for the Chariot. Actually looks very much like the Six of Wands. Here we have Strength and 8. That's very different. 9 is the Hermit, isn't it? Here we have the Shaman. This is going to test me. Fate for the Wheel of Fortune. So, yep, I think we've seen that a few times. We have Law for Justice, card 11. 12 is called the Hanged Man, and that is sacrifice. That to me kind of links back to the story of Odin. Here we have Death, which is actually named as transformation here. So I wonder if that's where some of that came from when people started renaming decks. Here we have Peace for Justice. Oh, hang on a minute. Not Justice. This is Alchemy, Temperance. but it says justice. The Devil for desire. Here we have our Tower for survival. A Star with hope. That's quite nice. And again, we have my Top Gun symbol, as I'm going to call it. The Moon here with the illusions. That's quite well depicted, actually. Awareness for the Sun. Judgment, here we have forgiveness on judgment. So yeah, they do often say that, don't we, about forgiving yourself. And then we have the Aeon for the world, which I'd already mentioned. Can anyone remember what they were? We're on air, breath, possibly. I think we might be on air. And here we have our Egyptian symbols coming into play. We have a dot for 1. Here we have the Emperor and Mercury. What is this? Is this a South Node? Is that South Node with our Mercury? Number 2. And we have Anu, the Zephyr, Breeze for 3. With the Sun and Mercury, here we have Ozone, Saturn in Neptune, Mercury and Uranus for Storm, which is 5. Open Air, is that Jupiter? I've got quite a few symbols there for 7. For wind, we're definitely in the air suit, aren't we? Here we have Cloud for 8. Thunder for 9. Kind of goes with those connotations of nightmares in the 9 of Swords. And Cyclone for 10. And then we have our page, or Daughter of Air. It actually calls it air now, doesn't it? Son of Air, Mother of Air, and Father of Air. So they've got that real kind of abstract sort of artwork to them, haven't they? Really popular at one point. In fact, I remember making clay models that looked like some of this. And we are on to Earth. So here we have number 1 is the seed. Number 2 is the plant, or plant. 3 is fruits. 4 is clay. 5 is quake. 6 is harvesting. 7 we have avalanche. 8 we have the mountain. 9 we have forest. So these are all earthly, aren't they? 10 we have desert. And then we have Daughter of Earth, our Son of Earth, Mother Earth. And she's also got, you know, that kind of birthing element, definitely an empressy sort of feel there, isn't there? And Father of Earth. Then we are on to the fire suit. So we have lightning, flame, beacon for 3, hearth for 4. So we normally see celebrations in that card, so hearth kind of is quite fitting. Here we have a furnace for 5, meteor for 6, so 6 of Wands is where we normally see that celebration. Oh, they're in the wrong way around, that's why, excuse me. So here's our 6 of Wands. So we do have like the laurel leaf crowns. Then we have our 7 of Wands, where we're normally being defensive, and I guess we could be here, like in the middle of an argument. Here we have volcano for the 8 of Wands. 9 of Wands, it's called Radiance, and 10 is Flare. I guess she's had enough at that point. She's going to beat you down with a stick. Then we have our page, Knight, Queen, and King. And then we are into water, and water is symbolised by the moon, which I guess goes because of moon, emotions, water. So fountain, spring, spa, moat, sudden rain, an oasis the 6. 7 is the ocean. 8 is the well. I'm not sure which well, the well of despair here. And then we have 9 is our lake. 10 is our coastal water. And then we're into our page. Knight. Wrong way round. Page, knight, queen, and king. So that is the Elemental Tarot. What are your thoughts? Have you got this one and do you use it? Like, how are you finding the planetary associations with that? And have you done the Decan walk? Do they fit in with it? I really would be quite curious to know what your thoughts are with this. It is shuffleable. It's because it's so old, it is that strange cardboard. Like, it's very definite cardboard to me. And it has that smell of old cardboard. Yeah, so that's that one. And what I will do is I will come back at some point and I will just run a flip through of the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, but I can't talk on it because I don't know enough about it, but I'll certainly do a flip through for anyone that's interested in that one, then you can make up your own minds. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.